can you bring me a source that Yechia Adonenu Morenu Lubavitcher Mashiach is against halacha? Is it considered kfira? No, to say Yechia Adonenu is not necessarily kfira, but it's certainly not accepted among Klal Yisrael. The only people that do it are hardcore Lubavitchers, chabadniks. Nobody else does it. Not just about the Lubavitcher Rebbe, but about anyone. You don't see the Sephardics, hardcore Talmidei Chachamim of Rav Ovadia say Yechia Adonenu. You don't see the Satmer Keilah say Yechia Adonenu. You don't see it anywhere throughout all of history. So it's just not part of our Masoret. It's not accepted among anybody else except Chabadniks. So if they want to be different, they want to do what they want, they can do it. But it's certainly not appropriate. Now, as far as saying that he is Mashiach, it's not considered kfira. It's considered wrong because he doesn't match the proper things for being Mashiach. One of them is that he would have to stop all the wars. I'm not sure if you noticed, but we are in the middle of a war right now. He would have to build a Bet HaMikdash. I'm not sure if you've noticed. We don't have a Bet HaMikdash, so he doesn't fit the description of being Mashiach, to say the least. And it's not just because he died. Simply everything else. He didn't, it's a lehavdil, but it's like saying Yoshke is a Mashiach, and he didn't fulfill anything. Doesn't make any sense. But the point is that to say Mashiach is simply wrong. It's not considered heresy, it's just wrong. Now to say that he's alive, like literally physically alive, like, they some of them say where they believe that he still, comes to every bar mitzvah and he's giving people blessings and they pretend like he's pouring the wine into people's cups or he's giving dollars to people like I have in the video that we made several years ago. That's not heresy. That's not a that's not heresy. That is mental institution. That's mental institution. That's people that need to go to a institution. I would even recommend get one of those cool jackets in white, that like it ties around the body, and just make sure it's tight, like really, really tight. Take a few of those little candies they give you over there. Take a few of those candies, and that's it. Because all you're doing is you're reminding Am Yisrael of the famous joke where, one guy comes to the mental institution and, he sees the first guy. He's I am Avraham Avinu. Okay. Next guy says, I am Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay. And next guy he says, I am David HaMelech. Okay, fine. And then he says, one guy doesn't say anything. Looks at him, gets closer. Then the guy looks at him and goes, I am Mashiach. But as soon as he says it, pach, somebody hits him. And he said, what happened? He says, I'm Mashiach. Oh, I forgot. It's your turn today. So it's like a joke like that. It's like saying that he's alive. That's where they should go. They should go to those types of places. Now, they may want to bring the other Chabadniks with them, which actually even upgraded the crazy and said that he's God. They're called Elokistim. So they're not that much crazier. Don't think for a second, they're not that much crazier. Because, by the way, as a side note, even in, Chabadniks have told me this, that the people that call him Mashiach, it's the same thing like the Christians that call themselves Messianic Jews, that they call Jesus Mashiach. It's the same thing, meaning they both think that Mashiach means God. Many Chabadniks think that the Rebbe became God. And there's an article about it online. There are people on the inside that have told me this. This is not a conspiracy. So that's why we assume that when they say Mashiach, they don't really mean God. We're hoping, because that would be kfira. That would be idol worship. That would be the worst thing in the world. We're just assuming that it's just simply wrong. You know, some of Gdolei Israel have said, you know, stay away from them, don't support them, and some don't even count them in minyan. But again, let's just be on the lenient side, say that just calling him Mashiach is simply wrong. No problem. Saying he's alive, that's just simply crazy. Why? Your eyes see. The guy that's giving the dollars is a 25-year-old kid. It's not him. And it changes every day. The guy that's pouring the wine is not him. It's somebody else. They say that he comes to bar mitzvah. He doesn't feel good today. That's mentally ill people. Those are mentally ill people. Same thing like the people that think he's God. They're mentally ill people. They should go to a nice hospital. You know, don't call it a hospital though. Call it where they'll find other like-minded people. Put them all there. Put a nice jacket on them in white. If they want to put it black and white so they can feel at home, they could do that too. Give them a couple of those candies. And, they could do whatever they want in those where they're not a danger to society. That, I think, is a good idea. I think it's a perfectly good idea. I would highly recommend it. I actually even think you could even start a campaign for it. Raise the money to get those people to go there, by all means. I don't think that you'll have a tough time raising the money for that. I think that many people will be happy to do it. Mental institutions are very important places.